What a week. All right. I'm sharing. All right. Well, greetings, y'all. Welcome, welcome. Thanks, Jeremiah and Ugo, for doing all the days. So you all can, if you all want to jump on camera, feel free, and you can use the background or whatever other cool background you want to use. Yeah, well, let's see where we're at, right? Let's get some updates. So, what to share with you? So I did create the databases yesterday. Paula did add the team to Trello, so that's also done. Pushing the project to Trello. So at our next meeting in a few hours, Mary did some work on that. So I want to demo that live again. So that'll be cool. So we're gonna do that. If there are any issues, we just copy. We have a manual way to do it, which is pretty fast. So we'll make sure that's done. We're going to just copy the screens because I think the copy to Trello doesn't do the screens. So we're going to drop that so that the UI folks, front-end folks can track what they're doing. So that will happen right after stand-up. What else? I think that's it. We had continued to do some really cool client interviews. I haven't put all of yesterday's videos in the folder, so that will be there, after stand-up as well. So all the videos, if you need to go back and watch anything, that's all there. That's pretty much all I have. I realized that startup week, we're supposed to be doing one product, but feel like we're doing two or one and a piece, with Goat SaaS. We're resolving issues for the big public beta launch, which will be next week officially. And so, thank you, Mary, Blossom, Dami, Rosemary, Satunde for, running a parallel project with this project from a startup week perspective. A lot of the things that we have on the Goat SaaS board is specifically for this event, Code Extreme. So that's pretty cool. I think we should be able to demo today the push button, press a button and you see the project go all the way through. So that's coming soon. Right now we have where we can download the code, once you click publish. So we're going to see the application URL piece coming in shortly. That's all the update I have. So we're just going to go around, so we'll do, if you notice, I've been calling on the leads for updates, and then anyone else can fill in, ask questions, etc., etc. So we'll start with design, then we'll go to front end and then back end. Right. So Connect, you wanna kick us off?
Yeah. So we have made progress on this, but then again, I think Latte would talk about like the question he asked yesterday, and then Frosty's response, and how that we think with what's happening with his response, we feel like a lot is going to change. But yeah, Latte, I think you should tell me.
So Kino, so when you ask the question about what if the tenant intends to leave a review but the property is not the platform, so he said the tenant should be reviewing the landlord. The property can always change owners, and the landlords can always own another or additional properties. So, but the way we've created it, we have the tenants can review the landlord and the properties by, like, once a tenant goes to a property, in the property details, you have them able to put post their review. You get, and then the landlords can then review. So the model, so let me just say the way I was thinking about it. The way I thought about the model was the way you have, like, when you have an Uber or like taxi, Bolt. So when you take an Uber, when you're done with the ride, you rate the driver, then the driver rates you. You understand? So a landlord cannot rate a tenant, a landlord cannot review a tenant that has not, what's the word, dropped a review. Basically, that's the way we've done it. But then are we saying that now landlords are going to go and tenants are going to go to landlord profiles, or landlords are going to go to tenant profiles and then leave them reviews? Because if that is what we're saying, then kind of, I think it changes the structure of what we've done.
Yeah. So, well, we haven't had any discussions really about seeing a list of people's profiles, right? The property itself has been the center of everything. So the landlord owns a property, the tenant has tenancy at a property, has or had, landlord owns or owned a property. So reviews would be done from the property, I think is appropriate, just what we've discussed so far.
Yes.
And even with the data structure. So if one of the things that we didn't talk about was where reviews start. Actually, it's probably in the acceptance criteria, but we spoke a lot about reviews starting from the property itself. So you look for the property, you find the property, and then you give a review on, not review the property. Well, you're not reviewing the property, right? You review the landlord on the property, right? Or your tenant that has lived at the property. So that's still, that's the main review process. I alluded to yesterday, but I don't think we gave it enough, attention to something Quinette said. But giving a review where you had on the design, you showed reviews, and I thought, oh well, if you're seeing reviews, you should be able to start a review there. So what would that look like? Well, if you're on reviews and you start a review there, then you'll have to enter the property. So the property is still the center. So you still have to do a whatever search. You enter the property, and then if you're a tenant, you enter the landlord. If you're a landlord, you enter the tenant. But if you're doing it from reviews, you have to state, well, which side of the camp are you? Right. Actually, in any cases, right, you have to say, are you a tenant or are you a landlord? And if you're a landlord and you have not uploaded your validation documents, then you'll be prompted to do so, right? If you're a tenant and you have not uploaded your validation document, you'll be prompted to do so, and then you can continue. So those are kind of the two entry points to doing a review, from the property details, which is the primary one, and then we'll see if we can add doing it from the reviews screen as well. But the primary one is from the property details, and that's the easiest one, right? You're on the property, and if you're on the property, you should be able to see whether you've uploaded your validation documents or not, right? And if you've uploaded your validation documents, then of course you can do your review. Whereas from the reviews section, there's probably a bit more treatment that needs to be done for that. So but primary, front end, back end, is to get it done from the property.
All right, thank you.
Cool, answers your question?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Awesome. All right. So any other updates from designers? You're continuing. You said you're almost done, which is awesome.
Yes.
Frosty, as you can see, he gave the thumbs up on the design. Good work. He also dropped his logo.
Yes. So I've added it. I've updated it on the projects. On the
Sweet.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I don't know. The logo is I think it's PNG format. Won't it get
PNG.
Can we get like an SVG format from him?
Okay. I think we'll
just ask. Yeah, just ask in the chat, OJ.
Let me ask.
Yeah, feel free to communicate, directly on the project channel. All right, front end, OJ, goodness.
Yeah, Kim, sorry.
Sorry, Jay.
Yeah, it's fine. So I sent the banner to TJ, and she said she sent me some of your comments.
Okay.
I corrected them already. I don't know if you've seen them.
No, I have not.
Okay.
Yeah. Just drop it in the RI Startup Week channel.
Okay. All right. No problem.
All right, thanks for doing that so quickly. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. All right, OJ, goodness.
All right, I'll go for the front end team. So we met immediately after the meeting yesterday, and then we got to work. We've also met this morning, so we're currently working. And I think something I wanted to clarify is what is we're done with a page merging process, like who
So
merges PR, who does all that.
So we'll maintain the release process, right? So, just push the PR, attach the PR to your card. So we'll still maintain a regular release process. Myself or Philip, we're going to double team on that. But Philip,
Okay.
you run point with the release manager hat. So as soon as especially front end is done, just check it and merge the PR. Yeah. And goodness and OJ, we're just assuming as the leads that you're going to be verifying everyone else's PRs, make sure it has what it should have, so that
Okay.
Philip can just execute the release process accordingly.
Okay. So also Trello is all set up now.
Trello is up, but the screens aren't there. So I'll add the screens now. So let me just export project.
Yeah, so please, if there's any PR to be merged, just let me know. You can just Slack me and I will answer like immediately.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and then Paul, I'm just gonna do screens because Mary, it does a copy to Trello doesn't do screens, correct? So this is the appropriate thing to do.
Yes. Okay, Kino.
All right, so let me just. All right, so that will be there in a second. Goodness, I think just a side note. Goodness, OJ, Effie's. I was thinking about how our Trello board is for front end, and I think we'll have a conversation after startup week about modifying that a bit because it's very back end centric, and front end is seen more as milestones. Other than it's front end fixes and updates, then you have UI UX list. But other than that, the initial front end work is more milestone than tracking the progress. So I think we can tweak that. Yeah, like these are milestones, which are great, but we probably should have cards for doing the actual work of the screens as well. So, and maybe those you can add the cards. So actually, let's do that now. So we're gonna have Paula as well. So we're gonna still have the list of screens here, but the cards that I'm going to copy them to current sprint. And so you can attach the PRs to that card, and that way Philip will see when that's done, right? So when you're done, it'll be, UI complete. I don't see that list here. Oh, let's add that. It's a fairly new list, so we'll just put that over. There we go. All right, cool. Thanks, goodness.
All right. So we go from dev in progress to dev complete, then UI.
Well, for you, it will go from dev in progress to UI integration complete. Because it's just all you're doing is pure UI, right? You're just getting the first piece of the screen set up, correct?
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we weren't really capturing those initial pieces in a way that it triggers the merging of the PR. So whereas they're here, you'll have to manually notify the release manager, Philip in this case, that, hey, I pushed the PR for the various screens. Versus if we just add that initial screen creation to the flow, then the Trello board will notify him.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that okay? I kind of just made that up on the spot, but I've been thinking about doing something like this for a while. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah. So dev in
It's okay
progress.
with me.
When we open a PR, we go to UI integration in progress. Then when it's made, it goes to UI integration complete.
When you open the PR,
Mhm.
and
What
when
do you
you're
want me to
done,
touch?
when
Yeah,
you
when
push
we're done.
UI integration complete. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you're correct. So when you start the work, you can start it in it's pure UI, right? So you can start it in UI integration in progress or dev in progress. I don't think it matters which one. We just need to know it's in progress, right? And then when it's done, you can put it in this complete.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then once that's there, then yeah, once it's complete, then actually the lead, so you have other people who are doing work on the front end. So our process says that once it's incomplete, the lead moves it over to 4QA, right? So everyone will put it incomplete, but as the lead, just like Ituna does for, Authentify, you move it from complete to 4QA. And the backend leads, Mary and Ituna will move from dev complete to 4QA. And once it hits 4QA, Philip will, the QA process will ensue, and then it will eventually get over here, which is where it gets merged, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, now that's very good.
Yeah. So we're sticking to the process as much as possible. I love at the end of this that Code Extreme makes our process better versus we compromise our process for Code Extreme. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. So so you said you started, you have PRs, and you're ready to merge some stuff. Awesome. It's good stuff.
Yeah, we're ready to merge like soon, like give us now thereabouts.
Okay. I'm not sure if I captured all the screens. So
yeah, I was also going to ask, so can we manually add some screens?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Oh, this goes to the design team. I don't know. There's a not found screen I'm seeing on the board, but then I don't think I can see any design for not found except I missed it.
I mean, we can use what's out of the box if you don't see anything, OJ. Yeah, I think we have an out of the box not found screen. Just style it based on the design guide.
Okay. I was thinking they'll have a design for us, but no problem. That works.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. We can come up with that. I didn't think that was like a requirement.
Yeah, it's just not high priority. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
But yes, thank you. That would be great. All right, thank you. Mary, Itunu.
Mic check. Can everyone hear me?
Can hear you.
So I don't think I see it on the call. So I'll just give an update for the backend team. So we actually plan to kick off work today because we thought it'll make sense to have the backlog task populated, so it's clear how to prioritize what needs to be done. So I guess we'll have more updates, more meaningful updates on later stand-ups. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and that, yeah. Go ahead.
So we're talking about the UI integration. What strategy are we going to employ? Is it that when we design the screen and there's no backend to be integrated with, we just leave it until the backend is done and then backend person integrates the screen?
No. So for that first screen, that first initial screen, we move that all the way through because the individual user story has that UI integration piece as well.
So the backend people do most of the UI integration.
Yeah. So let's say you finished you finished your screen, any screen, the review screen, and we're going through the review story. Then if everything is done for that review story, then it just goes all the way through to QA. But everything isn't done, then it goes to UI integration. It stays at dev complete, waiting for UI integration. Yeah. So it just depends. Is the screen fully finished? Then it goes all the way through. Or if it's some things are missing or it hasn't started yet, then it just waits for UI integration.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm about to add other pieces now. All right. Well, I'll do this. I can do this off screen. So anything else? Any other questions before we go? Cool. All right, so it's day 5. So we have Eastern time. We have 3 more days. Yeah, 3 more business days, I should say. I feel like we're in good position, even though a lot of the back end hasn't started yet. But I think we did so much work on the requirements piece that, there are less questions. That's what usually slows us down. Any project is when requirements aren't captured in a detailed enough way, and there's lots of misunderstanding and even rework. So because we did such a great job capturing requirements up front, and because of GoatSAS, which has facilitated us, capturing all that information in a way that we all understand, then yeah, that certainly helped us. Oh, one more thing. So designers, when you're finished, if you'll notice on GoatSAS, there's a section to add Figma links on the screen. So please just add the links for those screens there, and also add it to the Trello cards as well. Yeah, so it's just easy to find. All right.
Yeah, all right. We'll do
Yeah.
that.
All right, thanks, y'all. Day 5, Code Extreme. Talk to you in a bit. So the second meeting is on today. So we're meeting 3 times today. All right, cool.
Okay.
Talk to you in a bit.
All right.
All right, bye-bye.